Underdog Fantasy is one of the most fun, most flexible, and easiest ways to make a couple of bucks watching your favorite sport. But unlike other daily fantasy prop games, Underdog Fantasy has the most amount of options. We're not just talking about some takedowns and some strikes. Some of these fights have up to 13 different options that you can choose higher or lower on. The more options you have, the more ways you have to make some money. Not only is it super flexible and super easy, they will give you free money to play. The only thing you need to do is go to wewantpicks.com/underdog, use promo code WWP, and the free money comes pouring in. If you use that promo code, you will unlock the world. Let's go ahead and talk about UFC Vegas 105. As I mentioned, Underdog Fantasy has the most amount of options, which makes these entries pretty easy, honestly. And if we look at Lerone Murphy, for example, we have 4 lines on the board and there's 8 more. That's 12. 12 different choices where we can do higher or lower for Lerone Murphy. And one of them that Drew's going to hit right off the rip is higher than the fight time. It's at 24.99 fight minutes, so basically it's going to go to a decision, and I think it does. I think Lerone is just too clean, too fast, stays on the outside, avoids the big power of Josh Emmett, but he doesn't necessarily have that same power on the other side to get it done. So I think he's going to win a decision. I think he dances around, he keeps the volume up, and he gets it going. If you don't like the fight minutes and you prefer the strikes, his strike line is at 97.5. I think they go hand in hand, though. I think if he's getting a 97.5 strikes, it's because he went to a decision. I'm going to stick with the fight minutes just in case Josh Emmett goes back to his wrestling roots and turns into a Nurmagomedov. We're going to add a few more of these, and the more you add, the higher your payout can be. You obviously introduce a little bit of risk there, but they also have flex options where you can lose some and still get paid with the insurance. But let's go ahead and work our way down the list. Cortavius Romeius missed weight by 3 pounds. That fight's still on. We'll see if it ends up getting canceled later or overnight, but for now, it is still on, and I do not think Cortavius Romeius is going to win by finish. That actual weight miss will probably slow him down a little bit. He's a good wrestler. He's aggressive. He comes forward. But so does Chang Ho Lee. I think it'll be a sloppy back and forth, honestly. Whoever shoots first should have some success. Cortavius losing 3 pounds to try to make the weight was not in the cards. Chose not to. Said, forget it. I'll just stay fat. So I don't know if that's an indicator of he just had a terrible camp and isn't ready to go, or if there was more strategic. Like, no, we're not going to cut the weight. We want to keep you fresh. We know you're going to work hard in there. And if we cut this weight, you're going to be tired. It's going to suck you dry. I don't know what the logic was with the insane weight miss, but I do know he's not going to win by finish. He's not going to lose by finish. So we're going to do under half of a finish. And I do love the under finishes on these choices because basically it covers you on almost all fronts. If you have a very durable fighter, the under on a finish is the way to go. Because if they suck and they lose, well, they're durable. They didn't get finished. If they're not dangerous, then they're not going to get a finish. So it protects you on both sides. I like the lower because lots of these fighters can't win by finish. And Brad Tavares is honestly likely one of them. I don't think Brad Tavares is going to win by finish. I think he wins a decision. I think he avoids contact, stays on the outside, touches Gerald Mearshart up. He's not going to want to go to the ground with him. So I don't think Brad is going to win by finish. Likely wins by decision, but I'm going to take this off the board because we have a few others that I do like. Let's go find our buddy Luis Garul. He is a lower on a finish that we like. And that's because Luis Garul is fighting Ode Osborne. Ode Osborne is tried and true. Ode Osborne has been in the UFC for a very long time, fought some of the best people in the world. And Ode Osborne, outside of a couple of fights, is very durable. I don't think Luis Garul is going to throw a flying knee at the last second like Manel Kape did a few years ago. I think Luis Garul can win this fight. I think he'll be aggressive. He'll come forward. He's got the striking. He's got the grappling. He'll push that pace. Ode is very good, but Ode is also durable, and he's got that veteran savvy at this point. I don't see Luis winning by finish. That is 0.9x, which is not that bad considering, because if you go up to Brad Tavares, that was 0.68x, which is why I don't have him in there, because he's just going to kind of drag down that payout. And then finally, if we're looking at unders on finishes, Loma Lookboonmee is another, what I think, pretty sure thing. Loma Lookboonmee is not dangerous at all. She should win this fight. I imagine she's actually going to get a whole bunch of takedowns, but she's not dangerous. So I think Loma Lookboonmee is going to shoot some takedowns, stay on the outside with the striking. When Istela Nunes comes crashing in, Loma will look to grapple, hold against the cage, do all of that. I think we have a full 15-minute female fight. I don't think we have a finish here. So the under makes sense for me, and we've added it to the lineup. If Vanessa Demopoulos had one as well, we would do that, but they're too smart, which is why they juiced the over. Those are the only lines that I genuinely really like here. The strike lines are all very tricky on this card. I did like a few, like Torres Finney's. Let's go ahead and expand this. It's at 23.5, so we will add that. Torres Finney has had 3 fights in sort of the UFC umbrella, right? 2 of those 3 fights, he went over this number. Both of those were on the Contender Series because all 3 of the fights on the umbrella were on the Contender Series, and he went over that number in finishes. So I think he's going to cruise past this number. 23.5 is not a high number at all, especially when you consider almost every single strike this dude throws is a significant strike. So we're going to add the over on his strike number. Let's just throw, I already have this entry built, but we added Torres, so let's just throw a cool 20 at it. If we take a look, if we have the standard payout, that 20 will turn into 152. If we do the flex, these are fist fights, anything can happen, that 20 turns into 76. Let's go ahead and lock this in, and we'll take a look. We have Lerone Murphy higher on the fight minutes. I think that goes to a decision. Cortavius Romeius lower on the finish. I don't think he finishes or gets finished. We have Luis Gruel lower on the finish. Same logic. Loma Lookboonmee lower on the finish. Same logic. And then Torres Finney higher on the significant strike line because every strike he throws is significant, and I think he's going to come like a bat out of hell. Guys, this is my entry. If you like it, great. If you don't, that's fine too. Get your free money. The money is free. WeWantPicks.com/underdog, promo code WWP. Use the promo code, get the free money, and good luck this weekend.